What did you do when someone walked off with an item that you had just purchased? I scratched my head in confusion as I briefly wondered if my cart along with all the groceries had disappeared into thin air while I was buckling my daughter in her car seat and turning on the AC. My next thought was that it must have rolled away, but I dismissed that idea after agreeing with myself that it couldn't have rolled around a bunch of closely parked cars and down another lane of parking spots. It was nowhere in sight, and I couldn't walk too far from the car while my baby was still in it. So I got in and started driving up and down the rows of parked cars. I never saw anything that I could identify as my cart, but the parking lot was packed and there were people loading up groceries everywhere. I was still hoping that it was an accident, and that I'd find it sitting untouched somewhere, still loaded up with several $100s worth of groceries. So I can't say what I would have done if I had actually come across the people who stole it. After 5 minutes or so I gave up, and that left me with a dilemma. I was embarrassed that I'd lost a cart full of groceries, and I had to accept that it had been stolen from me. You normally report theft to the police, but I knew nothing would come of that, and I questioned whether it was worth it to inconvenience myself even further. I already had to redo all my shopping, after all, though I had decided that it would have to wait until I was less pissed off. Just as I was about to leave, it occurred to me that perhaps the buggy did roll away, and that a kind soul might have returned it to the store. It was worth a check, so instead of detaching the carrier seat once more, I grabbed a nearby cart and put down a blanket before I sat astride in it. I walked back in the store and up to customer service, where I told the clerk that my cart had been lost or stolen. She looked at me like I was crazy and politely asked if the thing I was pushing wasn't my cart. No, I said. My other cart was taken in the parking lot, and then I got this one. Now she looked irritated as she asked me why I couldn't just use the one I had now, and that's when I realized that I needed to explain that the one I lost had been full of groceries I'd already bought. She apologized when she finally got it, but she explained that no one who was currently in the store could review the parking lot tapes, so there wasn't a lot she could do. She did talk me into reporting it to the police, explaining that they already had 2 officers in the store dealing with another matter, but that they should be done soon. She left and reappeared with a young officer who gave me the impression that it wasn't the first stolen buggy she dealt with. Nothing ever happened, though I stopped by the station a week later to pick up a copy of a very brief report. It was the last time I shopped at Walmart, though.